So for these two examples, we're going to be looking at filling in the rest of a proof that we're given. So in this first one, I have that the 4 steps of a proof are shown. So I have all the statements filled out for you. But now we're going to write the reasons for each statement. So looking at this first step, I have that AC is equal to AB plus AB. Well, your first one is always going to be given. So your first reason always is going to be given. It's the information that's given to us, and we see that right here. Okay, and then the next step, it says AB plus BC is equal to AC. So I need to think about, where did they get that from? How did they come to that statement? Well, let's look at the figure that we're given. So we're given a segment here, AC, with B somewhere in between. And so something that we used a lot was a segment addition postulate. And I see this is exactly what they did here. They have that AB plus BC is equal to the entire thing. So this is going to be segment addition postulate. Okay, and then the next step, they have AB plus AB is equal to AB plus BC. So this one might be a little bit tricky when you're first looking at it. Like, you might be thinking, how did they get to that? Well, we need to look at our 2 previous statements here. My first statement, I have AC is equal to AB plus AB. My second statement, I have AB plus BC is equal to AC. And so I see here in this first and second one, they're both equal to AC. And so since they're both equal to AC, I can use the transitive property to therefore say that these two need to be equal to each other. And so this is going to be my transitive POE. And then for my last step, I see that I get AB is equal to BC, which is exactly what we were trying to prove. So I need to see, okay, how do they get from step 3 to step 4? Well, they have the AB on the left, they have the BC on the right, and they canceled out the AB. Well, how did they do that? Well, all they did was they subtracted AB from both sides. And so that is the subtraction POE. Okay, let's look at this next one. So here I have all the reasons given, and we're going to be filling out all of the statements. First one is always the given information, and I'm given here that measure of angle 1 is equal to measure of angle 3. And we see that marked in the diagram as well with these arc marks. That means that those 2 angles are equal to each other. Okay, and then the next step, they put measure of angle EBA is equal to measure of angle 2 plus measure of angle 3. And that's angle addition postulate. And then they substituted 3 in, or 1 measure of angle 1 in for measure of angle 3 using step 1. Okay, and then for step 4, they have measure of angle EBA is equal to blank. So we need to fill that in. We know the reason is commutative property of addition. And commutative property, it tells us that when we're adding numbers, we can add them in any order we want. So like for instance, if I had 2 plus 3, that would be the same thing as 3 plus 2. So since they're saying they use the commutative property here, all they did was switch these 2 around. So I have measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 2 instead. Okay, and then for this next one, it says measure angle 1 plus measure angle 2 is equal to blank. And the reason they have here is angle addition postulate. So I need to look back at the figure and see, okay, what does the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equal? what angle would that be? Well, angle 1, angle 2, that's going to be angle CBD. And then for the last one, you can think it through about what it's going to be, but we already know what they're trying to prove. We're trying to prove that the measure of angle EBA is equal to the measure of angle CBD, so you can fill that in, because that is what we are proving. So what we're proving is always going to be that last step. And their reasoning there was transitive POE, and you can see that here. From statements 4 and 5, we see that both of these are equal to the measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 2. So that means that those two are equal to one another.